Hi ladies. Okay, so this is going to be my 20-week pregnancy update, and of course I have had my scan as well. So in England we have 2 NHS scans. One is at 12 weeks to check how many babies you've got, the well-being of the baby, and you know, all things like that. The second scan is at 20 weeks, and that checks a lot more in depth, like into the heart and the like bladder and things like that. So I've got my pregnancy notes here with me and I'll be going through everything that they said. So, but before I do, I'm just going to go through how I'm feeling, and I don't know if you can hear by my voice, but it is really croaky. So let's get started with that. If you can see like a weird like strip of light here, it's because I've had to close the curtains. So anyway, that's there. I hope it's not too off-putting. So how have I been feeling? I managed to go only one day in this whole pregnancy without taking my anti-sickness tablets, and that was literally the other day at work. My sickness is still very much there, and I get very close to throwing up sometimes, especially in the mornings, and I've got nothing in my stomach. And if you guys have watched my 19-week pregnancy update or even my 18-week pregnancy update, you will know that I've been really dry heavy, and like I will cough in the morning and I'll be like, oh, am I gonna be sick? And I'll be like having to calm myself down, like little sips of fizzy, and it normally helps. But other than that, I take my cyclizine just once in the evening at about like 4 or 5 o'clock, and that normally tides me over for the evening because I start to feel really sickly. My cravings have still been strawberries, raspberries, and pasta. I love pasta bakes. I've been making so many recently. But I will just mention something quickly. I actually had a really bad bout of a bad stomach, and I wasn't throwing up or anything, but you know, down there. And I was so dehydrated. I managed to drink 2 of these just in an afternoon, and these are 750ml. So I managed to keep hydrated, but I was drinking as much as I was losing, and I felt so poorly. Along with this horrible tickly cough, along with losing my voice, I haven't been feeling very well, guys. And you know, when you're pregnant, you always struggle with, is this normal? Googling like mad, you know, we've all been there. But I don't know, I've just, obviously getting the 20-week scan confirmed that everything's okay, it's made me more at ease, but I don't think coughing can really do much damage, can it? Other than like really hurt your throat and your stomach. So really that's all for me. My skin has really cleared up. My hair feels fine. I had the ends trimmed the other week, and it feels fine. My nails have been still a bit breaky, but that's been the only difference in this pregnancy, because with my boys' pregnancies, my nails were very strong, whereas this time round they kind of split at the sides and they're just not as strong as they normally are. I've only suffered with like a couple of headaches, but when I do, I actually use these Cool and Soothe sheets that are actually really good. I'll show you what they look like. They look like this on the outside, and you peel off the tape and apply this to your forehead. It's not really massively sticky, but it is so soothing, and it really does get rid of headaches. So after I had my scan, I actually got offered the whooping cough jab, which is why I have like a little like piece of cotton wool there, and my arm is feeling really kind of achy and sore, and like I've been lifting loads of weights or something on just this arm. The actual needle itself was really fine, and it only just stung a little bit. It wasn't nearly as bad as other injections I've had before, so that's okay. I think that's all about me, so let's go on to baby. So I'm going to show you the notes that I got given. The same lady actually scanned us for our 12-week and our 20-week, and I thought I recognised her, but Matt was one that actually noticed. So here is all of my notes here. So I'm just going to read them to you. Check for the head circumference, posterior ventricle, transcerebellar diameter, abdominal circumference, femur length, and estimated fetal weight. So everything on within like normal scale was fine. They are a little bit on the like smaller side on the left hand side. Other than that, everything is fine. The estimated fetal weight is actually 11 ounces, which is really cute. And my placenta is anterior and high. Now, they actually had to have a second opinion on this, because they were really concerned that it was slightly over my cervix, and she actually had to get a second opinion on that, but it was fine in the end. And they were really happy that my cervix wasn't covered by anything. Even if it was, and it meant that I had to have a C-section, I would still be okay with that. Just as long as this baby is born healthy, I don't really mind how I deliver my children. I will show you the scan photos. She got some amazing ones actually. She's got like feet, nose and lips, and a beautiful profile one as well, which is absolutely stunning. There's 2 tiny feet there. There's the little mouth. It kind of looks a little bit like it's peeping out of like nowhere, but, and there's the beautiful scan there. So like I said, I had my whooping cough injection afterwards. That is of course optional, you don't have to have it, but just personally my choice, I had it. Obviously I'm not going to judge anyone that doesn't have it, that's just my choice. So while she was doing the measurements, she said, right, I'm gonna measure the feet. And then she started trying to measure the feet, and they were like kicking so mad. She was like, you know what, we're gonna come back to the feet and let them calm down first. So she was doing the arms, and you could see like the perfect bones coming through here. And then she said, right, let's go back to the legs now. She was like, right, okay, they've calmed down now, so let's do the legs. It was so funny, I could not stop laughing. And every time I laughed, my belly shook and the baby moved, and it was so funny. At one point I had to go on my hands and knees and like wiggle a bit because the baby's head is actually head down, just like my other 2 boys. My babies just seem to be head down from 20 weeks, which is pretty cool, but not for the measurement that they wanted to do of the cervix. So that was a bit of a pain for her, so we had to like move around a bit, and they eventually managed to like satisfy themselves that it wasn't over the cervix at all. Obviously they can't ever be 100% sure, that's why they had the second opinion. I've been feeling loads of movements recently. I will of course do a bump shot for you. So baby at the moment is head down, bottom is up here, and then feet are to my right side. I've put on just over a stone in weight so far. This is how she looks at the moment, and from the front here. I've got a few little stretch marks, but I'm not really too concerned about them. They come more towards the end of my pregnancy, a little bit down here. So that's really it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to me for free to follow my journey. If you've got any questions, and I've probably missed loads, so I'm so sorry about that, leave them down in the comments below and I will answer every single one for you. And I will see you in my next one. Bye ladies!